Good morning. I have my coffee, quiet house. A few minutes of solitude this morning before the day of work and busyness start. A few more minutes before class starts. The link for the playlist is in this post, so if you want music or if you just want quiet this morning or you want your own music, that's fine too. After the live version of this class, it'll be hosted both on my page and then the Balance YouTube channel, where you can see all of the classes I've taught and then all of the other classes from our awesome instructors. So feel free to check that out. How's everyone feeling? It's Tuesday. Like I said this before, good morning. I mark the days by what yoga class I teach and what yoga class I take. So it's Tuesday, which means I teach. So we will start in either... Actually, why don't we start lying down? It's early morning. So as you settle into your mat, let your shoulders sink into the mat. You're welcome for the reminder of the day, Maeve, right? They all seem to blur together. I feel like it's Groundhog Day sometimes. Right, so let your shoulders sink into the mat, the back side of the body get heavy. Good morning, Jenny. Let your shoulders fall away from your ears. Unhinge your jaw. Just feel your body get heavy. Know that the earth is underneath you, supporting you. And I think in this current climate we're in, it's easy to feel like we don't have a lot of support. Or at least I feel that way. I have felt that way lately. But we do. We have this community, we have this practice, we have the support of our body. So feel that the earth has got you. Take a full belly breath in and a long breath out. You do that again. Take a full belly breath in and a long breath out. And then begin to notice. Notice the breath. Notice the body. Notice any sensation. Notice the thoughts. Maybe you've been up for a while and there are thoughts, or maybe you just rolled out of bed and there aren't thoughts yet, but they will come, right? Because the mind is designed to think. Good morning, Terry. The mind thinks. It's in constant motion. It's designed to pull us out of the moment, right? And so when that begins to happen, can you come back, right? Come back into the body, come back into the support. Good morning, Jen. Maybe you breathe in gratitude. Gratitude for this practice. For your body, for the breath. And start to deepen the breath. Maybe you make it audible. And then start to bring some movement into your body, right? Paying attention to what's going to make you feel supported in this moment. Right? Maybe it's stillness. Maybe it's rolling your ankles, rolling your wrists. Maybe it's a full body stretch. Maybe you hug your knees into the chest and rock side to side. Moving from a space that's both nurturing and supportive. Good morning, Kate. Because I can't see you and I don't know what all the choices that you made, right? Let's everyone hug your knees into your chest and then drop your knees over to the right. Just waking up the spine. Take a breath in and a breath out. Inhale, you come back to center, and on the exhale, you're going to drop the knees over to the left. Keeping the shoulder blades on the mat. Back's heavy. Take a breath in, knees come back to center. This time the right knee stays hugged in, the left leg goes out long. Take the left hand and cross the right knee over the body. Just a gentle supine twist. If you're like me, I'm sitting more during the day and moving less, right? So these twists and the waking up of the spine makes that sitting all day just a little bit easier. Take a breath in Right knee comes back to center. You can stretch it out long on the mat. Left knee hugs in. Take the right hand, cross the left knee over the body. There is a playlist in the post if you want music. Take a breath in and a breath out. Your next inhale, you're going to come back to center. You're going to keep the left knee lifted and you're going to grab the outside edge of that left foot and come into half of a happy baby. Right? Nothing's too strenuous, just a gentle opening of the hip. Spine's long on the mat. And you take a breath in and a breath out. Release the grip on the left foot, leg goes out long, bring the right knee in, grab the outside edge of that right foot and come into half of a happy baby on this side. All right, and you maybe notice that the right hip is a little bit tighter, or maybe it moves a little bit easier, right? You just notice. It doesn't mean anything. Take a breath in and a breath out. Release the grip on the right foot, hug the knees into the chest. Start rocking front to back. And make your way up to seated at the top of the mat. All right, so your sit bones are grounding down into the mat. The spine is long, the crown of the head's reaching towards the front of the ceiling. Really feel the support of the earth underneath you. Take a breath in. Your arms are going to reach up overhead. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Pause, thumbs rest on the chest. Feel the breath move in and out. Maybe you close your eyes. Maybe set an intention of gratitude for this practice, this body. Take a breath in and a breath out. Your next inhale, your arms are going to reach up overhead. Exhale, hands are going to come, your elbows are going to bend into cactus arms. You're going to root down into your seat. Inhale, the spine is long. Exhale, you're going to twist towards the right. Inhale, you come back to center. Exhale, you twist towards the left. Let your shoulders fall away from your ears. Inhale, you come back to center. Exhale, you twist towards the right. Inhale, you come back. Exhale, you twist. Right, and you just keep moving in this way. Good morning, Jenny. Right. Inhale, you come back to center. And the exhale, you twist. Really have those hands active. Right, and the movement comes from the waist, right? So the hips are pointing towards the front of your room, wherever you may be. Right. Do one more on each side. Then you're going to come back to center. Inhale, the arms are going to reach up overhead. Exhale, the left hand's going to come forward. The right hand's going to come back. You're going to twist. Take a breath in, and then that left hand is going to come down to the outside of the right knee. Right fingertips touch down behind you. Inhale to lengthen the spine. Exhale, you open up the heart a little bit more. Beautiful. Take a breath in. Come back to center, and the arms reach up overhead. On the exhale, the right hand comes forward, the left hand comes back. You twist open. Really grounding down into that right sit bone. It likes to lift up. On the exhale, the right hand's going to come to the outside of the left knee. Left fingertips touch down behind you. Inhale, you lengthen. Exhale, you open up and you let that left shoulder fall away from your ear. Beautiful. Take a breath in. You come back to center on the inhale. Exhale, you're going to plant your hands and come into tabletop. Right, so in tabletop, the shoulders are stacked over the wrists, the hips are over the knees, the tops of the feet are flat on the mat. The spine is long. Really press into the fingertips, right? Your hands are going to give you the support that you need here. Pull the belly button into the core. Take a breath in. You're going to drop the belly, lift the heart, come into cow pose. And on the exhale, you're going to ground down through your hands around your spine and come into cat. Beautiful. Inhale, you drop the belly, you lift the heart. Exhale, you press down through the hands, around the spine, come into cat pose. Right, and you keep moving, linking breath to movement. Inhale, heart lifts, belly drops. Exhale, spine rounds. Just waking up the body. Beautiful. Maybe you throw in a C curve so you look over the right shoulder. And then inhale, you come back to center, and then you look over the left shoulder. Do 2 more rounds of whatever series of sequences that you're in. And then you're going to come into a neutral spine. So reposition yourself, really spread the fingertips wide so that you can see the colors of your mat in between your fingers. Take a breath in. You're going to lift the right leg in the air behind you. Really press through that foot. And if your weight wants to shift over to the left side, can you pull it back into center? You're going to let those right toes, so they were here, you're going to let the right toes come down to the mat, and the right hand's going to lift up in the air. Opening up the heart. Beautiful. Take a breath in and a breath out. Right knee comes back underneath the hip. You're in tabletop. Left leg lifts in the air behind you. And then those left toes are going to come down to the mat. And you're going to lift the left arm straight up in the air. Open up the heart. Beautiful. Take a breath in and a breath out. Left hand's going to come down to the mat. Left knee comes back underneath the hip. One more time. Take a breath in. Right leg lifts in the air behind you. This time you're going to lift the left hand. Hug the belly button into the spine. Right leg. That's going to give you that support. Take a breath in. Exhale, you lower hand and knee to the mat. Inhale, the left leg lifts in the air. And then when you're ready, that right hand stretches forward. Take a breath in and a breath out. Your next exhale, hand and knee come down to the mat. You're going to tuck your toes, lift your hips, and find your way into downward facing dog. My guess is it's your first down dog of the morning, so say good morning. Maybe you paddle out your feet. Maybe you have a routine that you come into when you come into this pose. So the hands are strong, the shoulders are moving down the back, the heels are sinking towards the mat. Yeah, and there can be a slight bend in your knee. Take a breath in, come up to your toes, and on the exhale, drop the heels over towards the right. Take a breath in, heels come back to center, and on the exhale, drop them over to the left. Beautiful, take a breath in, heels come back to center, and on the exhale, heels sink towards the mat. Take a breath in, walk your hands back to your feet and come into a forward fold. And you take your feet wide. Maybe grab opposite elbows, come into ragdoll. You're really grounding down into your feet, right? So that you know that you're supported. Take a breath in and a breath out. Fingertips come down to the mat. Left fingers are going to be directly underneath the left shoulders. You're going to lift the right arm up into the air. Open up. Maybe you bend deeply into that left knee, creating some space. Take a breath in. On the exhale, that right hand comes down and the left hand lifts up. Exhale, left hand comes down. You're going to toe heel your feet back to hip distance. Inhale to a halfway lift, so the spine is long, the crown of the head's reaching towards the front of the room, right? The belly's pulling in. Fingertips can be on the ground or the shin, or you can actually reach your arms back behind you, opening up across the chest. Take a breath in, exhale, you fold. Inhale, you're going to ground down in through your feet and rise to standing. Arms are reaching up overhead, shoulders are moving away from the ears. Exhale, you're going to bend your elbows, come into cactus. You're going to ground down into the left foot. Right foot's going to lift up. So the right knee stacked over the right ankle, the right foot is flexed. Take a breath in and a breath out. Inhale, arms reach up overhead as the right foot comes down to the mat. Exhale, you bend the elbows. Ground down into the right foot, left foot lifts up. Beautiful. Take a breath in. Left leg comes down to the mat, left foot, I should say. Arms reach up overhead. Exhale, you fold forward. Halfway lift on an inhale. Exhale, you're going to walk your hands out to plank and you're going to pause. All right, so in plank, the shoulders are stacked over the wrist. The hands are strong, the gaze is right at the top of the mat. You can absolutely touch your knees down to the mat. The heels are stacked over the balls of the feet. Thigh bones are reaching up towards the ceiling. Take a breath in. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, you glide forward to high plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, you glide forward to high plank. This time on the exhale, you're going to lower all the way down to the mat. Right hands are going to be nestled in right next to your rib cage. elbows are hugging in, pointing towards the back of the mat. Take a breath in. You're going to lift your heart to cobra so the hands are light. The movement comes from the core. Roll the shoulders back. Exhale and lower. Nice. Inhale, heart lifts, cobra. Exhale, you lower down. One more. Inhale, the heart lifts. Exhale, you lower, and you make your way back to downward facing dog. Take a breath in and a breath out. This time on the inhale, you're going to look forward. You're going to walk your feet to your hands, right? So that walk could be mini steps. It could be 1 or 2 steps, right? However you end up landing at the top of your mat. Halfway lift on an inhale. Exhale, you empty out and fold. Inhale, you're going to ground down and rise to standing. Exhale, you fold. Halfway lift on your inhale. Exhale, you're going to plant your hands. You're going to step back to plank and pause. You're going to take a breath in. Exhale, you lower down. Heart lifts to cobra on an inhale. And exhale, you make your way back to downward facing dog. All right, so that whole series of movements is called a vinyasa. You can do it or you can skip it and make your way back to downward facing dog. Take a breath in, you look forward. Walk, step, or jump your feet to your hands. Halfway lift on an inhale. Beautiful. Exhale, you fold. Inhale, you rise to standing. Exhale, you fold. Fill up, halfway lift. Exhale, you empty out. You plant your hands. You step back to plank. You pause there. Feel the ground underneath you. Feel the support of your core. You are strong. You take a breath in. Exhale, you lower down. Inhale, the heart lifts to cobra. Exhale, you make your way back to downward facing dog. Take a full breath in and a long breath out. Your next inhale, you look forward. Walk, step, or jump your feet to your hands. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale, you fold. Inhale, you rise to standing. Exhale, you fold. Halfway lift on an inhale. Exhale, empty out. Plant your hands, step back to plank, and move through vinyasa. Right, this idea of support and gratitude has been very present for me the last couple of days. I've been kind of in a funky place, and so I've been trying to find the goodness and the gratitude, and that seems to help me tap into the support. Right? So I often say that breath is a superpower. I'm beginning to think that gratitude is one too. Take a breath in and a breath out. Inhale, the right leg lifts in the air behind you. Exhale, you step it forward to low lunge. So the right hand is in between, or the right foot is in between the hands. The right knee stacked over the right ankle. You're on the ball of the left foot. Right thigh bones reaching up towards the ceiling. The spine is long. Beautiful. Take a breath in and a breath out. Left foot's going to step up to meet the right. You're at the top of the mat. Halfway lift on an inhale. Exhale, you fold. You're going to lift the left leg in the air, and then you're going to step it back. You're in a low lunge. Your feet can be in two separate lanes. You're going to take a breath in. You're going to rise to high crescent lunge. Use your core to lift yourself up. That right knee is still stacked over the right ankle. Keep it bending towards the front of the room. Arms can be reaching up overhead, or they can come to heart center. Right, whatever's going to make you feel supported and grounded. Let your shoulders fall away from your ears. Can you lean back just a little bit? Beautiful. Take a breath in. Arms reach up overhead. Exhale, hands come down to the mat. Move through vinyasa, right? So that vinyasa is the lowering down, the lifting the heart to cobra, and making your way back to downward facing dog. Take a breath in. Left leg lifts in the air behind you. Exhale, you step it forward, low lunge. Really press into all four corners of that left foot. The right ankle or the right heel likes to kick out to the right. If it's doing that, can you pull it back into center? Take a breath in and a breath out. Your right foot's going to step up to meet the left. You're at the top of the mat. Halfway lift on an inhale. Exhale, you fold. Right leg lifts behind you. You're going to step it back, low lunge. Inhale, you rise to high crescent lunge. Right, maybe this time you do something different with your hands and you notice. Right, each pose is an opportunity to re-engage, to feel support, to feel gratitude. So what can you do in this pose to make you feel more supported? Right, maybe it's dropping the back knee. Maybe it's bringing your hands to heart center. Maybe it's pushing that left knee, going just a little bit deeper. Beautiful. Take a breath in. Exhale, hands come down to the mat. Rinse it off, move through vinyasa. So if you've taken class with me before, you know that I like to just build, kind of stack the poses into the sequence. If you've never taken class with me, well, that's what I like to do. So here we go. Take a breath in. Right leg lifts in the air behind you. Exhale, you step it forward, low lunge. Take a breath in. Left foot steps up to meet the right. Halfway lift on an inhale. Exhale, you fold. Inhale, right leg lifts in the air behind you. Exhale, you step it back. You're in low lunge. Inhale, you rise to high crescent lunge. You're in high crescent lunge. The right knee stacked over the right ankle. Arms are going to reach up on an inhale. Exhale, right hand comes forward. Left hand comes back. You twist open. Take a breath in and a breath out. Inhale, arms come back to center. Exhale, hands come down to the mat. You move it through vinyasa. Take a breath in. Left leg lifts in the air behind you. Exhale, you step it forward, low lunge. That right thigh bone's lifting up towards the ceiling. Take a breath in, ground down into the left foot. Right foot steps up to meet the left. Halfway lift on an inhale. Exhale, you fold. Left leg lifts in the air. Exhale, you step it back. Take a breath in. Come up to high crescent lunge. Take a breath in. Left hand comes forward, right hand comes back. You twist open. Inhale, you come back to center. Exhale, hands come down to the mat. Move it through vinyasa. Take a breath in and a breath out. Right leg lifts in the air behind you. Exhale, you step it forward in between your hands, low lunge. Take a breath in, left foot steps up to meet the right. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale, you fold. Left leg lifts in the air behind you. Exhale, you step it back. You land in low lunge. You take a breath in and you rise to high crescent lunge so that right knee is bent. It's stacked over the right ankle. Take a breath in. Arms reach up overhead. Left hand comes forward. Right hand comes back. This time on the exhale, the left hand's going to come down to the mat. Right hand reaches up. You're in a low lunge twist. Take a breath in. Right hand comes down to the mat. You step back to plank and you pause. Take a full breath in. Exhale, you lower down to the mat. Heart lifts to cobra on an inhale. Exhale, you make your way back to downward facing dog. Take a breath in. Left leg lifts in the air behind you. Exhale, you step it forward, low lunge. Right foot steps up to meet the left. Halfway lift on an inhale. Exhale, you fold. Right leg lifts in the air behind you. Exhale, you step it back. You're in a low lunge. Inhale, you rise to high crescent lunge. So the left knee is stacked over the left ankle. Take a breath in, arms reach up overhead. Right hand comes forward, left hand comes back. Twist open. Keep bending into that left knee. Take a breath in, right hand comes down, low lunge twist, left hand reaches up. Where can you feel more support here? Take a breath in, left hand comes down to the mat. You step back to plank. You pause, you take a breath in, exhale, you lower down, and you move through vinyasa or make your way back to downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, right leg lifts on an inhale. Exhale, you step it forward, low lunge. Left foot steps up to meet the right. Halfway lift on an inhale. Exhale, you fold. Left leg lifts. No, I totally lost. My husband walked in front of me, said goodbye, and I totally lost my train of thought. So, yes, left leg lifts. No, right leg lifts in the air behind you. Exhale, you step it back, low lunge. Inhale, you rise to high crescent lunge. Arms reach up overhead. Exhale, left hand comes forward, right hand comes back. Take a breath in, left hand comes down to the mat, low lunge twist, right arm lifts up. Take a breath in, you're gonna come back to high crescent lunge so that left knee stacked over the left ankle. You're in high crescent lunge. You're going to open it up to warrior two. Beautiful. You're going to flip the front palm. You're going to reach back, peaceful warrior. You're going to cartwheel your hands to the mat and move through vinyasa. Beautiful. From downward facing dog, you take a breath in and a breath out. Left leg lifts in the air behind you. Exhale, you step it forward in between your hands. Take a breath in. Right foot steps up to meet the left. Halfway lift on an inhale. Exhale, you fold. Right leg lifts in the air. You step it back. You're in a low lunge. Inhale, you rise to high crescent lunge. Right hand comes forward. Left hand comes back. Beautiful. Exhale, right hand comes down to the mat. Left hand lifts up. Low lunge twist. Take a breath in. Exhale, the hands come down to the mat. Inhale, you come back up to high crescent lunge, and on the exhale, you open it up, warrior two. All right, so in warrior two, the left knee stacked over the left ankle. The outside edge of the right foot is sealed to the mat. Let the shoulders fall away from the ears. You're going to flip the front palm, reach back, peaceful warrior. And you're going to cartwheel your hands to the mat and move through vinyasa. Take a breath in and a breath out. Inhale, you look forward. Walk, step, or jump the feet to the hands. Halfway lift on an inhale. Exhale, you fold, bend the knees, sit the hips, inhale into chair. Right, so in chair, where can you find the support here? It's on the back side of your body, right? So let your legs do the work. Heart's lifted, arms can frame the ears or they can come to heart center. Take a breath in. On the exhale, if your arms are lifted, bring them to heart center. Lean forward over the thighs. Left elbow to the outside of the right knee. Twist open. Watch the left knee. It likes to pop forward. Can you pull the left hip crease back? Beautiful. On the inhale, the spine is long. Exhale, open it up, really press the palms together, roll the right shoulder onto the back. Take a breath in. Exhale, you fold. Halfway lift on an inhale. Exhale, you fold. Bend the knees, sit the hips, inhale, chair. Hands come to heart center, lean forward over the thighs on an inhale. Exhale, right elbow to the outside of the left knee. Beautiful. On the inhale, the spine gets long. The exhale, you open up across the chest. My puppy dog wants to come into the room to see what's going on in here. Take a breath in. Exhale, you fold. Take the feet wide. Come into ragdoll. Take a full breath in and a long breath out. Toe heel your feet back to hip distance. Halfway lift on an inhale. Exhale, you fold. Inhale, you rise to standing. Exhale, you sit the hips back, chair. Take a breath in. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Inhale, you lean forward over the thighs. Left elbow to the outside of the right knee. You twist open. Ground down into the right foot. You're going to lift the left foot up and you're going to step it to the back of the mat. So you're in a twisted low lunge here. Right, so that left elbow is pressing into the outside of the right knee. Keep rolling the right shoulder open. Beautiful. Take a breath in. Arms reach up overhead. Crescent lunge. Exhale, you open it up, warrior two. So the right knee stacked over the right ankle. Can you soften the shoulders? Where can you find support here? Beautiful. Take a breath in, flip the front palm, reach back, peaceful warrior. Exhale, you're going to cartwheel your hands to the mat and move through vinyasa. Take a breath in and a breath out. Inhale, you look forward, walk, step, or jump your feet to your hands. Halfway lift on an inhale. Exhale, you fold. Inhale, you rise to standing. Exhale, chair. Hands come to heart center on an exhale. Inhale, you lean forward over your thighs. Right elbow to the outside of the left knee. Twist open. You're going to ground down into the left foot. Right foot's going to lift up. You're going to step it to the back of the mat. Keep pulling that right knee forward or left knee forward. That right thigh bone's lifting up towards the ceiling. Beautiful. Take a breath in. You come back to center. Arms reach up overhead. High crescent lunge on an inhale. Exhale, you open it up, warrior two. Flip the front palm, reach it back, peaceful warrior. Exhale, you're going to cartwheel your hands to the mat, rinse it off, or head back to downward facing dog, your choice. From downward facing dog, you take a breath in and a breath out. Inhale, you look forward, feet to the hands. Halfway lift on an inhale. Exhale, you fold. Inhale, you rise to standing. Exhale, chair. Right, where can you find support here? Where can you find ease? Where can you find a little bit of gratitude for chair pose? Take a breath in, exhale, hands come to heart center. Lean forward over the thighs, left elbow to the outside of the right knee. You twist open. You got it, you ground down into the right foot, left foot lifts up and steps to the back of the mat. Inhale, you come back to high crescent lunge. Exhale, you open it up, warrior two. Flip the front palm, reach back, peaceful warrior. You're going to pause, you're going to straighten that front leg. You're going to reach the hands towards the back of the room, shift the hips back, and then come into triangle pose. Right, so the hand can be on the ground, it can be on the block, it can be on a book, it can be on a small dog, it can be on your shin, right? And you breathe. And you notice. And you offer words of gratitude for this pose, for this body, for this moment. You rebend the front knee. Flip the front palm. Reach back, peaceful warrior. Cartwheel your hands to the mat on the exhale and move it through vinyasa. And we have one more side, in case you forgot. Beautiful. Take a breath in. Left leg lifts to the sky. Exhale. No. Bring your left foot back down to the mat. I got totally sidetracked in a sequence in my head. Look forward. Walk, step, or jump your feet to your hands. Hazards of not having a body in front of you. Halfway lift on an inhale. Exhale, you fold. Inhale, you rise to standing. Exhale, chair. And maybe you got excited for a moment that we weren't going to do chair. You're like, oh, a new sequence. She forgot about chair. Oh no, I did not. Hands come to heart center on an exhale. Inhale, you lean forward, right elbow to the outside of the left knee. And you keep opening up that heart. Weights in the back side of the body. Ground down into the left foot, right foot lifts up, you step it back. Beautiful. Take a breath in, you come back to high crescent lunge. Exhale, you open it up, warrior two. Flip the front palm, reach back, peaceful warrior. You're going to pause, you're going to straighten the left leg. Reach the right fingertips towards the back of the room, shift the hips to the back, and then you're going to lean forward with the left fingertips, and then you're going to drop into triangle on this side. Right, so the stretch and the lift in the left side body is much more important than getting your left hand down to the ground. Beautiful. Rebend the front knee. Come back to warrior two. Flip the front palm. Reach back, peaceful warrior. Cartwheel your hands to the mat. Move it through vinyasa. Last one. And then make your way back to downward facing dog. You're going to drop your knees wide to the mat. Sit the hips back towards the heels and come into child's pose. Take a full breath in and a long breath out. Feel your forehead grounding on the earth. You're going to walk your fingertips forward. And then you're going to walk both hands over to the right. Maybe they come off the mat. You're going to shift the left hip back towards the heels. Feel the stretch on the left side body. Right, you're going to feel this in different places. Inhale your hands, come back to center. And walk them over to the left. Right hip bone shifts towards the right heels. Really press down into the fingertips. Noticing that the earth has got you, that you're supported here in this pose. And where can you bring some ease here, right? And take a breath in, walk your fingertips back to center. You're going to tuck the toes, lift the hips, come into downward facing dog. Take a breath in and a breath out. You're going to walk your hands through your feet. No, you're going to walk your feet through your hands. I do that every time. Walk your feet through your hands and come down to your back. Hug your knees into your chest, rock side to side. You're going to take both feet, you're going to wide to the edges of the mat, and you're going to drop the knees over to the right. And you can take that right ankle and you can place it on top of the left knee for a little bit more sensation if you would like that. Take a breath in, come back to center. And exhale, knees fall over to the left. Take a breath in. Come back to center. You're going to hug the knees into the chest. My puppy dog just made his way into the room, and he's saying good morning. Say good morning to all of them. Hug the knees into the chest. You're going to reach in between your thighs, grab the outside edges of your feet, and come into happy baby. All right, so where we started, spine is on the mat. Energetically pulling your knees towards your armpits. Maybe you rock side to side. Release the grip on your feet. Right knee stays hugged in. Left leg goes out long on the mat. Cross the right knee over the body. Arms can be out to the side. You can look out over the left shoulder. I know, Maeve, right? He's huge. Take a breath in. You come back to center. Right leg goes out long. Left knee comes in. Cross it over the body on the exhale. Take a breath in. Come back to center. Both legs go straight up in the air. Feet can flex, they can point. Take a breath in. Right foot's going to come down to the mat on the exhale. And then the left foot, legs go out long. Back side of the body sinks into the mat. Arms by your side. Take a full breath in and sigh it out through the mouth. Yeah, do that again. Take a full belly breath in. Exhale it out through the mouth. This last pose, Shavasana. There's no more work. There's no more there's no more work. It's all rest. Rest the body, rest the mind. It is in rest that sometimes we get that support that we need. So take these last moments of class to breathe in support and gratitude. Well, there is not much that we can control in this world that we're living in right now. We do have control over our thoughts, and that shifting of thoughts to gratitude can often make the uncertainty of the world seem less scary, frightening. So as you move through your day today, if you find yourself getting lost in those thoughts, can you offer yourself some words of gratitude? Start to bring some movement into your fingers and your toes, awareness back into your breath. And just like breath is a superpower, gratitude is a superpower that we have. It's a tool in our toolbox. Keeping your eyes closed, roll gently to your right side and pause. Keeping your eyes closed, you're going to make your way up to seated. Together, take a breath in, arms reach up overhead. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Thumbs rest on the chest. Feel the heartbeat. Feel the breath. Feel the gratitude. Together, take a full breath in and a long breath out. The light and truth in me sees and honors that in each of you. I'm so grateful that you showed up this morning. I hope you have a wonderful day. If you showed up late, this class will be housed on both my Facebook page and the Balance Webster YouTube page. Have a wonderful day. Namaste.